Hey everyone, I'm Honey, and today I'm making this video because I want to talk about my overthinking. Yes, I want to talk about my overthinking. It's something that, well, I'm telling the truth. It's something that I've been very attached and struggled with my entire life till now. And right now, when I say this, my mind is thinking in a way which is trying to protect me from saying this, that I'm not getting struggled with this and there is no problem in it, when there is a problem. Now, you see, this pattern is exactly why overthinking exists. It's not about this particular thing. It's not just about that it's not letting you do your action. It's about so much more. In my case, it was just a disaster, okay? And I'm creating this video right after I learned how to actually solve this problem. And I'm here to tell you that. I hope this video helps you genuinely, and if it does, please talk with me. Tell me everything about you. Even tell me your problem. How do you go with overthinking in the comment section, okay? Okay, now let's talk about this. Let's first of all, I want to tell you, let's talk about how the overthinking exists in my case, okay? And what are the things that I tried before. So, if I take my whole life till now, I'm 16 years old. If I take my whole life till now, it's about a lot of things, right? I cannot express it in one word, right? But I can tell you by my energy, the feelings that I have towards this overthinking. And what is it? See, first of all, when I was super young, right? I remember my first school, which I was in before changing my multiple schools. In that school, I was about years of, you can say, 8 or 9 years old, and I watched all of those other students who were so exceptionally good. And I remember having this one kind of an appreciation towards this one girl who was a topper in my class. It was 6th or 5th one, I don't know really. And I just really wanted to be like her. I wanted to be exceptionally good at studying. I wanted to be great at it. And I think I really just, pushed myself to that level and to degrade myself that, I can never be that, like that, when I was seeing that girl. And that was the starting of the overthinking, I guess. And then, second type of overthinking, when I'm sitting in my class and I'm doing my particular work, maybe for example, teacher is teaching in the board, I'm writing, and all of I can think of is, this girl has this and this girl has that. And I was in girls' school, that's why. So, and teacher is wearing that, and my classes, I'm writing this, so what is she writing? All of these thoughts create so much noise, and I just felt miserable at the time, right? Because what is this? I mean, come on. And it's just not this, it's a very, very long story, okay? All of these things combine overthinking. The input that you are having, or your environment, your surroundings, really was destroying it. And then second thing was the comparison, and you thinking about the future, the past, the people, the situations, or the content you consume, and imagining the certain moments that didn't even happen. And now it could be anything, right? It could be, like, for example, I'm imagining about a delusional moment with my crush, And secondly, I'm imagining about a situation that never really happened with a friend who I thought I'm gonna fight with next time, right? It could be any type. And I'm gonna tell you, I have wrote everything in this diary. This is a diary of mine, and I have wrote everything in it. I'm gonna explain to you, okay? What type of overthinking in my case happens. Let me just give you a second. No, it could be anything. Like, I was thinking about the certain people, celebrities, or the content, the social media that we consume in our daily life and everything. It really impacts a lot more than we actually think it does. And as I told you about my routine, the future, the past, about my work, right? By work, what I mean is, for example, I'm creating my content, right? And the next moment my mind keeps I'm doing this, for example, and my mind keeps repeating the things that I want to do after this, right? Like, for example, wash the dishes, and then make my bed. It is all overthinking right now. What to do, what next, everything. That is also one type of overthink, right? All of these things combined with scattering the focus so much. I fed up so much time every night. When I go to sleep, my mind keeps repeating every single thing. One of the most thing that I hate with my overthinking is that it tries to rewind things. Okay, it tries to rewind it. It tries to, it tries to rewind every single moment that I go through, and then it makes sure that I am on the right part, that I'm avoiding my mistakes, and I'm doing that. Now it's a kind of a positive thing, but it's not really positive to me, because I don't like to rewind my whole life again and again, because my life is meant to be lived, not to be think about, and in this type of order of thinking, my mind is trying to protect me, which I don't really know why do you want to protect me, right? I know what I want to do. I'm gonna do it anyway. I don't need anyone's permission to tell me what should I do, what should I do not do, right? It's not me, it's not honey. I am honey. I can do whatever I want. I am on the right part. I'm gonna stay on the right part. I can always manifest everything I want. I can always achieve everything I want with my action, with my focus, with my consistency, discipline. I don't need to rewind everything. I don't need to look for everything to make sure that I'm on the right part, right? I don't need to figure out things just after doing that. I don't need to recall all those moments I did in my day. I don't need to recall any type of a fight that I had, or any kind of moments I had after. No, that's not me. Okay? Life is meant to live. I'm gonna live my life on my own terms. I'm not a child anymore. Okay? I am going to live my life on my own terms. My mind shall obey me. I'm gonna do this. This is all that it goes through. This is all what I say to myself whenever these things happen. I make sure that this never really comes, but it does. And it's not good. Now, after I explain to you what kind of things I go through and what kind of things this are, let me tell you some of the methods I actually tried to reduce this. Okay, I'm not even gonna say that I completely stopped this, which I did try. Okay, but you see, overthinking, to eliminate overthinking, I cannot just eliminate all my thinking, right? I need my thinking. I need my mind to process. It's a very fundamental part of being a human being and a body, right? So what I wanted to do was, whatever I'm thinking should also relate to my output. Like, for example, I wanted to start my own business. So whenever I'm doing a certain task, if I'm creating content right now, I want to think about it I want to speak about it, I want to tell about it, just about this, nothing else, no content, no celebrities, no nothing. Now that thing is also a little kind of not possible, because your mind will wander into every other single thing. But something that I can do, because that's the only thing we can actually direct overthinking into a normal thinking, normal execution, is to do what is in our hands, right? I learned this right now after watching a certain video, which was to surrender all my work to God. Okay, whatever I'm doing right now with my all businesses and every other single type of work, the results, the output is to the God. Okay, I'm gonna do everything possible in my hand. I'm gonna do every type of branding of mine, right? I'm gonna let everything go. I'm gonna do all my work, and that's it. I'm gonna make my decisions fast. I'm gonna stay at my one path, my one direction, one career, my life. And I'm just gonna not be stuck at what to do and what not to do at all. Okay? The point is to live in the present. You do thinking less and you put so much more. So the philosophy is to stay in the present. I stay in the present, right? I have my goal in my mind. Okay, I have my whole idea. I know what I'm gonna do. I have a belief in myself, right? And first of all, don't be stuck at this lane of problem that you have about overthinking. Never at all. Always think positively. Even when it wanders around these things, right? Think positively, surrender to God. That's all I'm gonna do. From everything that I'm doing, all my dreams, I'm gonna surrender all to God. Because I know that I'm gonna put the work and I'm gonna achieve it no matter what. I'm gonna stay in the present, I'm gonna decide it, and I'm gonna do it. There's no one stopping me from doing it right now. Okay? I trust my thinking too, because I know that you cannot eliminate thinking always. So whatever I do think and whatever I do in my life has an action, has an input and an output. It depends upon me, and I know what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna do it. That was the first one. This is the first solution. Okay? Now, second one is, there are certain moments where your mind can obey you. You want to do a 3 times strength training, and you would be thinking, oh my god, this is so horrifying. Why should I have to do this? And this is actually not you. This is your mind speaking. There's a difference between your mind saying it that you don't want to do it, and that's what we call procrastination. And then you are there who actually wants to do it, but your mind says this, and that's, you think it's a part of your brain. So yeah, let's go. So the second point is to treat it as a separate entity. To make mind obey you, first of all, it's a separate entity. The brain, a brain is a tool. It is not a part of your body. It's a tool, and it should be used accordingly to achieve the best. I have returned here because life is meant to live step by step. Is to take action anyway and just keep going. To not be attached to your procrastination, to all your thinking, and just let it pass. Okay? So to make mind obey you, separate entity, first of all, take action anyway. Okay? Just keep going, don't stop, and don't be attached to any of that, okay? And you decide and you do it. That's it. It's non-negotiable. All my routines, all my work is non-negotiable. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. This is the core belief situated, installed in my input, in my system. Okay? I'm gonna take action anyway. I'm gonna keep going, and my mind will obey me because He will. Of course he will. Yes. Now, the third one is basically kind of quote that I've wrote. Train your mind like a trained disciple does to their master. Kind of that quote. Basically, it says that the trained disciple is, I guess, us or the mind to its master. Right, so which means like how a trained disciple listens to his master. So master is us, and the trained disciple is the mind. Now, I have written here, I train my mind in the same way I train my body, with through systematic discipline until I respond instantly to my decisions. Now, this is a very nice quote because it says you to do your work, put everything into execution rather than thinking, which is less thinking, do more, right? Because it's the best thing, right? Non-negotiable task is, right, we're gonna do that. We're gonna be brutal in our practice, we're gonna be brutal in execution, because it's non-negotiable. And just the 3-second rule. The 3-second rule is something that if whenever you're thinking about a particular thing, you're gonna put one small action into it. Like basically you see all these walls, so I have an idea to make a painting. Okay, so I'm gonna just take one small input from that, I'm gonna put that in my output. That's it, right? That's what I'm gonna do. So that is something that I want to do. And there's also things I've written for mind to achieve more while reducing overthinking. So if it can help you, the first of all is to break the pattern and don't be a slave, be a warrior. Basically whatever we discussed right now, which is to not listen to your mind, actually make it obey you by you doing the work, by you doing the small tasks, and it just, you decide and you do. That's it. Pain is the fuel, which means if whenever your mind procrastinates, like we discussed before, right, it kind of creates this kind of regret and pain, right? Because you want to do it, but your mind keeps telling you not to do it, and it keeps finding all these excuses. But we don't want that. So whenever it says, I don't want to do it, you say, oh, that's good, so we must, right? And yes, third is the 3-second kill switch, which is basically to put all your mind into execution within 3 seconds. That's right, not 5 minutes, 3 seconds. Now, to move, which is all your mind into execution and action. Fourth one is daily war mode, which is discomfort and deep work. You must do one non-negotiable discomfort task. If you can do it, you can build more stronger than you already are. And then this one is become the machine. Basically, as I said, I decide I do. I'm gonna do it. This is the core belief. Become the machine of execution, right? So discomfort, you do the work, you put the effort, right? You do the 3-second kill switch, you break the pattern, literally. You have your pain as a fuel. That is a great thing, right? Wow, it's a lot. Now, there's also one more thing that I want to tell you is the responsiveness of your mind. Just imagine if I put all these things that we discussed into my overthinking and it actually obeys me, right? And it actually works on a particular task that I wanted to do without me actually begging it to do it. Now, for my begging, it basically means is that it procrastinates, right? So, for example, we often neglect ourselves, right? When we think that, for example, I want to do a certain content-based work, and my mind says, no, I don't want to do it. So I listen to it. And then the second time, I think, okay, if I did not do my content-based work, I didn't put my mind into it, What I'm gonna do next is just do 3 more content-based work. Now this is kind of a suffering, right? If you don't want to do 3 times strength training, you do the whole week. That's what I'm going to do. So when I meant before by non-negotiable task, you can actually make it by just, putting all your mind into the action with your responsiveness. Train your mind to get responsiveness, right? To just let everything go, because you're gonna be on the right lane, and just put all your mind into action. That is something I want to do. So if I decide something, I'm gonna do it. I keep saying it because you can actually get into your mind, and I can get into my mind, as I said. Okay. And then how the fourth one, how your future self would deal with all these things. You can have this core belief in myself that my future self will create content right now, which I am. So this is how you can also level up with that. Then, as I told you, 3-second image responsiveness, everything, right? One more thing, to not fight your brain. Okay, to just, the key is to not fight it. The key is to not react to every single thing. Don't try to label everything. Don't try to give your energy to it. Put your energy into execution. That's the same thing, right? And that's it. You're gonna have it. You want it. So play the game. Do your marketing, branding, and move fast enough to earn that clarity in your work with your action. You trust the process, and always try to overthink the best. Overthink the best. Overdo best. Over half best. Trust the process, and say, what happens if it does? What happens if I do it? It's so great, right? The more successful input you give to your mind, I think that also works really great in your overthinking. When you give it good input, it generates good output. You will receive a lot of peacefulness after you turn your overthinking into normal execution or thinking. It's how bad you want it. You work like that when it comes to overthinking. And filthy, it's great. That's how you can eliminate your overthinking. Alright? So I guess in the end, I'm just gonna say, for me, okay, after everything we learned, I'm gonna say I'm just gonna put my mind into execution. I'm not gonna react to all my thoughts. What is useful is useful, what is not is not. I'm just gonna focus on my execution and surrender everything to God. I let go of my emotions. I let go of what I think, because my thinking is a separate entity. I'm not it. I know what I want. I'm gonna get it. I decide. I do it. I'm gonna stay in my lane. I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna follow any bad habits, because I know I'm not, and I am. And I trust God. I trust the process. I love myself, and I love my life, and I deserve the best. I deserve nothing more or less, and I love myself. And I know I can eliminate overthinking. I can turn it into a super weapon of mine with execution, 3-second switch, and overthinking the best way. I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna put my focus, the proof that I'm gonna have my action to this, my energy, my input, my output, everything. After years of being like this, it's something I really want to do, and I'm just gonna do it. There is nothing stopping me now. So my obsession is bigger than my mind, and I can definitely do this, because if I decide, I can. When will my mind procrastinates, I will definitely just let it off. because good, that means I have to do it, right? I'm not gonna be attached to any of that because it's smaller than I can even think about. It's very, very small than you think that it is. You live in your mind more than you do in your real life. So don't be like that. We are not that people, because it's never too big. We can always change our thoughts. We can always be great in what we do. Right? Because I'm the best when I'm me. So thank you for watching this video. Hopefully it have helped you, and as I said in the beginning of the video, if you ever find this useful, if you ever get any single type of help, please tell me in the comments. Tell me, even if you have any problems, if you wanted to discuss more, please tell me in the comments. It would be very, very great for me. And if you really found this helpful, please like and subscribe. It would really mean a lot for me, and I would be able to bring such content to you. And if you also want to give me some suggestions for any kind of videos or any kind of editing things, you can definitely give it to me in the comments, because we are a family. I'm here to build a family of my own on the internet, and it is definitely going to help me a lot, and it's going to help you a lot, because we will be together in this game. So thank you so much. And I really, really pray to God that all of us who are struggling with overthinking eliminate it the best way and put all our focus into execution. I do it, you do it, to the best maximum level to achieve the 1%. I'm gonna put all my execution in the 1% of work. Thank you for watching this video.